It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and the game of the week is just moments away. It's the Raiders and the Browns, and it's coming up next.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, CD, this is a passing league. I don't think you would argue that thought. But our ball game here features a couple of teams with strong offensive lines that really like to work the ground game.
And you and I have both heard from different people in the league who's saying that it's becoming a little bit of a lost art in the NFL, the ability to run the football. And we've heard from defensive coordinators who tell us that they play the pass first. That's not something you normally hear. But these two offenses, they're true to who they are. Both ranked in the top 5 in terms of rushing yardage. And they're both going to use those massive offensive lines to try and wear down these defenses.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And for the first time, here comes the Cleveland Browns offense. Quarterbacked by Baker Mayfield, fourth-year man from Oklahoma.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Working out of the gun, Mayfield swings this out for Hunt. And some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. Boy, once you get Kareem Hunt in the open field, look out. He's got speed to burn, and he showed off the wheels on that one.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 20 carries, 98 yards, too shy of 100.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on it.
It's caught. Baker. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Hunt. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, does the head coach think?
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal. It's the running game that gets them home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. Leading him out in his 2nd season from Oklahoma by way of Alabama, it's Jalen Hurts.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really... play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
They'll start with the option. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On the option, here's Drake. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. And that's on the rookie first-round pick, Alex Leatherwood. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Myles Garrett in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
And that's the first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Hurt sets up to throw it. And he'll look downfield for Waller. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background.
And how about this, a fake? But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. So they went with a trickery there on the fake punt, hoping to catch that return team flat-footed, but it did not work out.
And you were talking about trying to catch them flat-footed. That's what they were hoping for, trying to catch them off guard. But that's a well-coached team on the other side. They were more than prepared, and they were able to stop it.
They'll start by running the option to the right. There he goes inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Jacobs. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Here's Hurts to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Hurts taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 77 yards, and the Browns have taken the lead. Well, it doesn't matter where you put him, lined up in the backfield or split out like he was there. He can be a weapon when he gets that ball in his hands.
And I caught a quick glimpse of him before the ball was snapped, and there was something about his body language where you could tell early in this play he wasn't just thinking first down. He was thinking end zone, and he got there.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Hurts. And he'll find Ruggs on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Henry Ruggs the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
This defense is really throwing around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Second and 12. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have third and long coming up.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Yeah, this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. Mayfield now. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Corey Littleton. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And, Charles, no two ways around it. Anytime you get the current number 1 and number 2 seeds in the AFC playing each other this late in a season, it's a big game.
It is definitely a big game, and not just for seeding and placement and such, but for trying to establish yourself as a team to beat. You want everyone else in the league to look at you and say, boy, it's going to be tough to knock those guys off.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. A first down and more for Jacobs. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Carlson on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland offense making their way out. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was,
trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Jacobs. They find some open field here. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Raiders on one play have taken the lead. So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this. They go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just called a running play looking to get a few yards, but he's able to work his way downfield and take it into the zone. The end result, the exact same thing as going for it in the passing game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football, but I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Here's Higgins out on the right side. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking... each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. so well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in. Spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts is swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. On 1st down, Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Credit that sack to Dante. Junior. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 88 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And now as he gets to the 1st down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Drake. Myles Garrett, the All-Pro, in on the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they get set to take on the Dallas Cowboys. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we wrap up Week 15 with the Vikings and Bears from Soldier Field, a good one in the NFC North. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Browns, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland, and to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Third down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half, was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield to throw it. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It got his man complete. And he's going to have this down deep into Vegas territory. Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow.
Now Mayfield. It'll go as a loss on the play. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. Sidelines there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they use your touchdown. He's got it at the 2. Rashad Higgins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Roses to add the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. A give, it's Jacobs off the option. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Yeah, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Off the option, here's Jacobs.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Jacobs on 1st and 10. 103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And he will find his man Ruggs.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a carry for Jacobs. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Raiders.
Josh Jacobs.
He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Raiders have moved out in front.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. Creeping up on 1,000. Could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that. But also defensively, maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now, instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage the quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You got an opportunity to catch passes now, too.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game.
7 yards, the pickup there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get this all the way down inside the Vegas 20. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. Third down here.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter, and continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time?
They were really good on the last drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Dante Hightower on the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action. Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
The Browns on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and his Vegas offense operate.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together.
There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
And that is where Darren Waller really excels. He led all NFL tight ends in yards after the catch in 2020. Another nice effort here.
And talk about a quick answer. This looked like a missed assignment. You'd think someone would be able to rein him in after he makes this catch. But he's so slippery in the open field, he's able to take it all the way to the end zone.
Carlson now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field.
And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Mayfield.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing: get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Here's Jamie Gillen now
as he's on to punt for Cleveland. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back. On the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the front.
Now Drake loses the football, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Nice sharp run there by Kenyon Drake, and he's awfully tough to get on the ground. And how about this Raiders backfield? It's certainly not lacking for punch, having signed Drake this year and already having Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Now, Drake, he's never had a 1,000-yard season, but last year in Arizona was his best yet. 955 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, plus he can catch it swinging out of the backfield.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On second down, it's Drake, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running, it's Drake. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Counter play, Drake. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Oh, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Mayfield. Pass caught by Hooper.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Into the hands of Beckham. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. Mayfield.
He's going to let it fly. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Las Vegas, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.